The perfect fried rice. Can something like that even exist? I think I know the one and only man that has the power and the knowledge to be able to judge. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Uncle Roger. Uncle Roger.
Uncle Roger.
Fuyo!
Not long ago, I made an amazing ramen. And according to Uncle Roger, I hit about 4 out of the 5 steps properly, only missing the aroma oil. But aside from potentially missing one of those steps, Uncle Roger had a few other reservations about the video. Or I guess my cooking process. First, he said I had a smooth baby face.
The smoothest baby face out there, fuyo!
So for the last couple days, I built up some stubble. Second, he said that I should not be spanking anything, no food, no nothing, in videos down the road.
Don't spank your dinner. Get room and spank your girlfriend.
I mean, you can spank me. For the video, of course. No.
Oh, and one last thing. He made fun of me for not having a perfectly smooth, well-ironed shirt.
Nephew Nick, iron your shirt, hiya.
But I've taken it up a notch. Uncle Roger, I have your very own orange shirt, and I'm gonna make Manny put it on. Put it on, Manny. After I saw Uncle Roger shred me apart, and before I made this recipe, I thought it would be a good idea to reach out and ask Uncle Roger to give Nephew Nick a bit of advice. So here is what we've got.
Hiya, Nephew Nick, egg fried rice, so simple. It's 3 ingredients, egg, fried, and rice. Oh, and don't forget MSG, and no spanking anything this time.
Uncle Roger, I know we can handle that. In fact, we can do you one better. Now, I think we are ready to begin our process. Before I head out to go grab my groceries, toss a quick like on the video. I promise it's the only thing I will ever ask from you. All right, let's go grab those groceries. I am heading right now to an Asian grocery store where I think I'm gonna make Uncle Roger very proud. I'm truly going above and beyond for this video. I mean, we are not going to hold back one tiny bit. Uncle Roger, I'm gonna make you a happy, happy man today. MSG. You know we love our MSG. And this isn't for the ramen, but of course I had to get some of my favorite shrimp crackers.
The wok so big.
I know, right? The wok is bigger than me. Fried rice. You want some?
No.
So, Uncle Roger, we are now on the way home. But there is one last step I have to do before I'm ready. And you'll find out what that is later this evening. I'm back from the grocery store, but like I said, one more thing. It is imperative that you order takeout such that you can end up with leftover rice. Because leftover rice is king. If you're making fried rice with freshly cooked rice, you might be a serial killer. So last night, I did exactly that. Okay, so it's the evening now. I'm in my car and I am headed right now to go get some Chinese food at this really, really great spot that I absolutely love. Now, I'm gonna tell you why in a second, but in addition to having great food, they have something else that always makes me happy. And it may not make much sense, but something in particular that they do makes me feel like they really know what they're doing with their food. I'll show you in a second. And here it is. If you can't tell, I get this place partly because of the bag. And don't worry, I got plenty of rice. We've got to have some left over for tomorrow. This is gonna be good. And of course, here it is. I couldn't possibly have eaten all that rice, but now we get to make fried rice with leftover rice. The way that it should be. Fried rice is very simple.
So simple.
Right here are all of our ingredients, and I'll go through them quickly if you want to make this along with me. First, of course, we have our leftover rice, then we have some green onions, some garlic, chili, a little bit of pork fat, though you can use whatever you like for this. You can even use butter if you want. Then I have a few eggs, some soy sauce, white pepper, and MSG. I'm not gonna keep you waiting. Let's get started. Now that we've prepped all our ingredients, it's time to get cooking. Yes, I understand that this right here might be the biggest wok you've ever seen, and I could make a lot of fried rice with it. But I find that it's much more fun to have a big wok shaped like this to be able to toss and enjoy your cooking. But hold on, I told you there would be a twist. I'm Persian, and one of my favorite things to make from Persian cuisine is called Tahdig, which is a crispy rice. It's basically that rice at the bottom of the pot that gets really beautifully golden brown and crispy. So, with my fried rice, I like to make some crispy bits throughout. I'm gonna start with a little bit of pork fat in this pan, and once it gets nice and hot, I'm gonna put a nice even coat of our rice across the bottom of the pan. Now, I'll set this on low heat behind us and let it crackle, and at the end, you'll see how I mix this all in. And now, we're back to the wok. To start, we'll go heat on and an entire bag of MSG. This is a really good way to just pack your fried rice with flavor. Just kidding. To start, we're gonna season our entire wok with some pork fat. Right now, we really just wanna move this around and let it coat the entire wok. What we're doing right now is called seasoning our pan. And it's super important, especially if you're using a pan made out of a material like this. Next, I'm gonna go into a bowl with 3 egg yolks and 2 additional eggs. Those of you watching better master the one-handed egg crack. Now we'll whisk these up with some chopsticks, making sure that they're nice and fully combined. The additional egg yolks will provide not only more color in the fried rice, but also more fat. And who doesn't love fat? I'm also gonna season as I go, hitting it with just a little bit of white pepper. And then into our wok we go. Just watch as that beautiful egg puffs up. My goal now is gonna be to keep it nice and fluffy while also breaking it up into little bits that will spread throughout the fried rice. Now that the egg is all set, I'm gonna go in with some chili or pepper, whatever you have, and then a nice bit of my minced garlic. Now we'll mix that all around and let it get nice and aromatic. I choose to put the garlic and chili in after the egg so that it doesn't burn immediately. But at this point, it's time to add in our beautiful leftover fluffy white rice. If you haven't liked and subscribed by now, I don't know what you're doing. Now we finally reached the point for our MSG, and we're gonna be generous with it. Let that thoroughly combine with all the rice, and then it's time for a little bit of soy sauce, a nice handful of green onion because I love green onion, and a pinch of white pepper to season it all up. And right here is where you can normally finish up that fried rice. And just like that, our fried rice is perfect, but not without just a bit of tahdig, aka crispy rice. Look how easy it is for me to pick up this entire piece here. That means we've gotten that nice golden crisp on the bottom. Listen. I'm gonna add this into our fried rice, essentially just gently folding it in to leave some of those big crispy parts intact. And once I loosely break that up and put in our crispy rice, my fried rice is ready to serve. And if you've got those crazy skills, you can flick it right back up onto the spoon. Now that right there is some fried rice. And quite honestly, I'm not even gonna try to make it pretty. I'm just gonna pile it on the way that it's meant to be served. In a simple, rustic, but enticing pile. To finish, I'll go on with just a few more green onions for that color. And in my humble opinion, this right here is the perfect fried rice. Uncle Roger, today I hope Nephew Nick has made you very proud. I'm sorry you can't be here to taste it, but here we go. That is really, really good, and I'll tell you why. My favorite part about that rice is the perfect, subtle amount of that spice from the peppers, chilies, whatever you decide to use. For me, it's really the part that brings it all together, and as I've done more research on fried rice, it's the one thing that I was always missing. Just a touch of spice. And you can adjust that to your liking. The garlic and the green onions provide that perfect foundation of flavor. The egg, of course, looks beautiful and is delicious, and that leftover rice takes it all the way home along with the MSG and that umami salty soy sauce. Now, here's what I think. There are many perfect fried rices out there. It depends on your palate, where you are, what ingredients you're working with. Fried rice can be anything you want it to be. But I just so happen to feel that this one is fantastic. Uncle Roger, again, I hope I've made you proud. And to all of you watching, I urge you to go and try to make this fried rice at home because it's simple and it's delicious and it's fun. Last but not least, don't forget to like and subscribe. And now we will pray and wait for Uncle Roger's rating.